Hello and welcome to episode 18 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.5 Let's Play. It is January of 1745 in our town, and last episode, of course, we built this enormous 8-field farm, 7-field farm. You know, math is hard. Alright, it's been 11 years since I took a college math class. But, yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff going on here. Got some new windmills, got a bunch of new houses, and we are primed and ready to go for a fantastic new area of town right here with some more production and other things as well. So let's go ahead and get right on into it and start thinking about what we might want to put right here. I think we should probably start by putting in a fence going most of the way down here, just to kind of separate a little bit of stuff here. But it's not going to be completely straight the entire way. Partly because we need access to the fields, and partly because the game's not going to let us do all of that stuff. So what we'll do instead is we'll get right about to here, and then we'll click off and do the same exact thing again. Do the same thing here. Just, you know, a little bit of a pattern here. And this way, we'll be able to get kind of separated, but not just be completely the entire way, you know? It's not perfectly straight, and that's completely fine. We will survive either way. So that's just a little bit of a separation thing right there, just to keep things a little divided. And again, it's not perfect, but that is fine. I'll tell you what we will do, though, is we will come back and do this again, because I really got it wrong. I can't click on this. Hold on. What in the world? It's hard with the snow on the ground. Snow's kind of annoying. But we'll come right back here. We'll go to about here. Start again by doing this. And then we'll get this figured out right about here. Go here, and then we'll go one little bit more to right there. All right, that is better. Okay, so that's going to allow us to have access to these field entrances here from laborers entering from the other side of town. What we can go ahead and do right here is start putting in some more animal areas, starting with some chickens. I like the idea of having things kind of segmented off, not necessarily completely blocked off, but in general, having stuff in areas that make sense for that. Seems like it's a pretty smart idea. So we'll just do a couple of chicken coops close to each other like that, and then we can go ahead and put in some benches as well, just because we can. It's a good thing to be in the habit of doing. We can also come in and do stuff like put in some trees, again, just because we can. That will grow up quite nicely. That's going to be a pretty neat little area there. And that also leaves a little avenue right here. And next door, we're going to try and put in a couple of pigsties. These won't line up perfectly, but it'll be pretty close here. We'll just pop that one right there. That will leave us space next to it to put in either a warehouse or a cart shed. Can we fit a cart shed? Yes, we can. So the reason we're putting a cart shed next to the pigsty is because pigs have to be carted off to be slaughtered. And if there's no nearby pigs, then that becomes, you know, a little bit of an irritation. What we can also do is put a slaughterhouse very close by. Go ahead and pop one of these guys right here. And then on the other side, we can put, you guessed it, another pigsty. So this will be pretty compact and easy to navigate here for our people in the town. Go ahead and turn on turbo mode so they can take advantage of that. And then down here we got a little bit of extra space. Now these windmills seem to be going pretty full speed, except this one for whatever reason doesn't have any wheat, so there might actually not be a need for any more windmills. But I can tell you what we do need indisputably is more hay dryers. We are very, very low on hay. We're not out, but we're low enough where it's a little bit of a cause for concern. So we can put in these 5, well, really these 6 right here, because we can walk through all this stuff. And then up here along the fence, we can put in some hay barracks. And they don't have to be a ton of them. They don't have to be all over the place, but it is good to have more storage. So we'll just do 3 right there to start out with, see what that gets us. Chicken coop, of course, is all complete. And once this other one is done, we'll copy all of the settings and then move in some new chickens. Should not be too much longer. And all of this, of course, will also help us set up another market, probably in this general area right here, once everything is all said and done. Just waiting for this to get finished, and we'll go ahead and take care of the rest of that. I was really hoping they would be a little faster so I didn't look dumb trying to do this. There we go. Copy all of that. And then we can come back over to this one. And as soon as they start getting supplied appropriately, then we will be able to relocate some chickens, and snow's melting, which is always good news. It's planting time. We're going to get buckwheat, hemp, wheat, and more wheat. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting, slightly lower demand season for farming, but not super worried about it. And that pigsty is ready as well. We're not going to jump right into pigs full bore right away. Not any more than we have over here, because pigs are very high maintenance and require a lot of food. And we are not quite there on supplying for 3 pigsties. We've got a pretty decent amount, but we need to be producing a bit more. So we're just going ahead and getting these set up in the first place. We've got a messenger here. Meat we still have plenty of. Sunflower oil we're going to sell 2,000 of. Clothing we're almost to the point where we can think about selling. Almost. But we're not quite there yet. Yeah, we're doing pretty good otherwise. Making enough salt with just 1 salt works, which is not how I thought it would go. Honestly, I thought we'd be having problems with salt production. Okay, we've got a lot of horses. I think we can turn off breeding for now. But you can see things are starting to develop over here. We're going to have to think of some other things to put in here. Probably another row of houses pretty soon. I'll tell you what we will do, though, is we will go ahead and get this cart shed rocking and rolling here, because we just have 2 others. So we'll go ahead and just copy paste those settings and get these guys going. So it's going to be an invaluable tool to have at our disposal. And of course, this slaughterhouse will be able to be used as well. And it looks like these chicken coops are just about ready to go too. So we can go ahead and come over here. We'll take, say, half of them from this one. Half of the chickens and half of the hatchlings. And relocate to that bottom one. And then we'll come over to one of these chicken coops. We'll take 8 chickens and 8 hatchlings. Put them in that one. And then the other one right next door will do 7. We're not stressing it out too much. And go right there. So we have 2 that are going to be back to normal pretty quickly, and 1 that we basically cut in half for the greater good. But it will be a-okay because we won't have any problems getting chicken populations built back up. They are very fast breeders. But it is good to have more hay dryers out. We really probably should have put more out a long time ago. My computer let me know that I finished copying 60 gigabytes of files to my external hard drive, so I have more room to record, so that's always good. Anyway, pigsty is all done. Slaughterhouse is taken care of. Go ahead and apply our settings to that. and they'll be in a pretty good position there. We can go ahead and get the pigsty supplied. We have other options for food too. We can take stuff that the people in the town are growing as emergency food. It's probably not a bad idea, honestly. So I'll go ahead and put a little bit of that in there. Except sunflowers. It's always kind of a dangerous thing, because we don't have a huge crop of those. But they can get all that stuff supplied, and then we can gradually get some pigs in there. So I think what we'll do is we will put some baby pigs. We'll put a boar here. We'll put another boar on not that exact same one. Put that one there. Then we'll put one not yet adult female pig there. One not yet adult female pig here. And then eventually, by the time they are old enough to make other pigs, they won't be super overwhelmed. We'll just have these 2 pigs. They'll be delivered in carts, I guess, is how they end up doing those. Yep, looks like it. Probably. I don't know. At some point, they'll come over here. Yep. So there is... the boars are here. Yeah, so that'll be a thing to keep our eyes on for the next little bit. This is all set up. We've got 5 carts. We got our guys employed. Wonder why there's no wheat going into that one when all of these have wheat and they don't seem to have any problems. Strange. Well, we can't spend too much time worrying about that, can we? Just go ahead and make sure we have all of those ready to go. And we have this holding a pretty decent amount of stuff. Yeah, we did already have a cart parking here, but the cart shed has the advantage of having full-time employees, of course, which is always helpful. So now, let's take a look at our stats here. We do still have open vacancies, and we are still cash flow positive. So I think we're in a pretty good position. We can add some more houses, but we're going to have to be pretty careful not to add too many more of these houses without gardens, because they will eventually run into food problems. So if we click on our regular things, we're really doing pretty well. We only have a couple households that are complaining about food variety, and a lot of those problems can just be solved by them having more money, which, you know, cycles in and out. We need to make sure that these houses that we're about to build are going to be the last ones that don't have gardens for a while. So what we can go ahead and do is get this rocking and rolling here. That's actually a little too close. I'm particular with stuff sometimes. Trying to push 3 different buttons on my keyboard at the same time to get these to line up correctly. Okay. Go in there. We'll just alternate here because I like how the alternating looks. Get things lined up a little better here. And we'll put one more here and here. And then I think that's going to be it for these newer houses. That is 9 more, which is quite a many, wow, quite a few, rather. And what we can do now is down here, we have room to put houses with gardens, with big gardens. So we'll grab the old grid back once again. And right next to this farm, we'll put this one here. No market stalls nearby. I know there's a reason we didn't put a house here. Okay, so I lied. We're going to put more houses up here. Line it up with the school. Just pop this guy right here and go out like so. I kind of like the idea of having these non-square things here. Just make sure this is relatively thoughtfully designed. Rotate this again. Get that to line up there. We'll just go in a straight line here. kind of, in a straight line. It's going to look funky, but that's fine. We are all about funkiness over here. Our strangely shaped houses. You know, sometimes it's fun to be weird. Sometimes. Depending on what kind of flavor of weird we're talking about here. But that's the commitment I made to you guys, to try and do a slightly different playthrough this time around. So we'll do that. And then on the top side of this, we can come around here. Bust out our F1 again. Just pop that right there. Nice little weird shaped house thing. That's going to leave us a nice little corner here. Once those houses are built, we'll worry about that when the time comes. Meanwhile, our crops seem to be doing very well. We have a nice amount of hay growing on our areas to be harvested for hay dryers. We've got hay barracks lined up. These, of course, are very empty, but we'll get everything figured out. We're not going to be running out. It's just going to be a little low for a while until stuff catches up. As far as chickens go, let's check on these guys. Yeah, see, they're already thriving. Already very, very good. And they're building these houses at a breakneck pace, which is fantastic news. We are just about at the time in the playthrough where we start slowing down on the real-time updates. Might have to start doing a little bit more playing between episodes instead of just recording one for one. Could also be good live stream fuel, which I promise will happen at some point. It's just pretty busy, and sometimes all I have time for is to sit down for 30 minutes and record a little bit of playthrough now and again, but we're going to get there again, I promise. As soon as I have the ability to, I will. And most likely in the next couple of houses we will pass 600 population, which is always exciting to think about. Probably should build a couple more wells too. You know, just all sorts of stuff going on to think about here. And this forestry is just about ready to get moved down here. I didn't want to have it too far away from where most of the people were living, because, you know, stuff can take a while to happen if it's far away. So we've still got 5 of these regular houses and 5 to build that have gardens. But it is, well, I guess end of July now, so we got 4 months. I don't think they can build 10 houses in 4 months, but we'll see how far they can get. Yeah, so we've already got some hay drying in here. Stored up for the winter already. We're making progress. It's just slow. Cows are looking pretty good. Take a moment to check out our status with male cows. We can go ahead and slaughter some of these. We're not going to, nope, we're not going to need any oxen for a while, most likely. Let's go ahead and take care of some of this stuff. Alright, I don't think there's going to be too much more. We're not going to mess with this because there's not 20 of them yet. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. Pretty light year for harvesting on farms with how many fallow fields we've got, but that just means it'll be light work for our harvesters. And all that stuff will be taken care of before we know it. And there's still open vacancies. That just goes to show you can really never have too many people, too many houses. While we're here... Nope, I didn't want to click the help text. I already know how that works. We are going to put in a few more wells, since we have the ability and the time. And those will get built eventually. Just help out our citizens a little bit. I probably could have curved this a little more, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Seems like most of these are marriages, which is, you know, that's fine. Just means the population grows a little slower than maybe we might like. I really wanted them to get more houses built, but I guess they're going to be slow today. Well, that's fine. We can sit here and appreciate a harvest for a little bit, because we don't really spend too much time doing that. They've got all sorts of things to harvest here. I believe this is hemp. Should be, at least. Watch, I'm going to click on it, and it's going to be something that's not hemp, and I'm going to be moron. Oh, it is hemp. Good. Alright, so my pride is saved for another day. Let's check out what they've got here. We're still doing fine on most of this stuff. Go ahead and sell some sunflower oil like we always do. Some flour as well. We've got 3,500 we can sell. Yeah, and they're gathering. I always like these fields that aren't completely perpendicular. Interesting patterns they end up putting on here. How are other farms doing? Alright, making good progress. This farm is almost done, and then they just have to actually, you know, pick up the stuff. How's capacity looking on here? Wow, we've got a lot of sunflowers. A lot of sunflowers. Let's boost up our thing to 1,000 sunflowers per. See if we can get any more sunflowers taken out of the farms. Could take a while, though. You know, really, if it's 5,000 capacity, we probably could get away with having 2,500 sunflower per. Well, that is a problem for them to handle. We've got our own stuff to worry about. Okay, yeah. No, I like where we're at here. Just have a couple houses. Well, actually, just one house left to build over here, and then they can build all those interesting-looking ones. Alright, so let's hope they make quick work of this. See if we can get them to get this done before the end of today's episode. I like their chances. But it's going to go a little faster when they're on the island and not the far side of the map. They just have to get past this one hurdle here, and then be pretty much smooth sailing. So anytime at all they'd like to come and start building would be great, and right on cue. Alright, and there's that one done. Filled with another marriage. So we're going to have a baby boom probably in the next year or so, as all of these couples that have moved in for marriage, which is surprisingly... Oh, I'm clicking the wrong bank of houses. All of these are going to start having kids pretty soon. Now we've got this real interesting area right here to focus on. All these strangely shaped house plots and everything. You know, variety's fun. It's just always fun to watch people build stuff. And we do have a messenger here. We're still looking pretty good on our alcohol supplies. Buckwheat, sheepskin, wool we're really good on. Iron we're still fine. Lime we're doing okay. Flour we're not going to export any of that. Now potatoes, we could probably stand to grow some more potatoes. So we might have to modify one of our fields to start growing potatoes. Oh, these people already have an apiary in the backyard. So we might actually get these 4 houses done, depending on how quickly builders get down to it. See, our wagons are mostly in use here. Looks like this harvest is just about fully complete. They just have a little bit of buckwheat to gather here. Storage is full. Well, it won't be full for long. They've gathered all their stuff. And it looks like this one, wow, full too? All gathered? Yeah, that's always fantastic to see. It looks like our trees are growing in fantastically. Looking wonderful here. I love the fall foliage colors. So in keeping with the spirit of expansion, how about this for a screenshot? Here we go. We have active construction in the foreground. It's always exciting. We'll have that be our cover for today's episode. And they should make short work of the rest of these houses here. And then we can take stock of where we're at and see exactly what we want to do in the next episode. Or possibly a live stream, depending on what happens, when happens. You know how it goes. Sometimes you have time to stream just a little bit, and if I'm doing a short stream, it's probably not going to be Ostriv. But you know how it goes. And that's all done. Another marriage. Marriage, marriage, marriage. So many marriages. It's just 2 more houses. You got this one here, and then this strangely shaped one here. And I think they're going to be able to do it. And we will come back and do some landscaping, put in some other trees and bushes and stuff eventually. But you know, those things just take time. And sometimes you just want to get stuff figured out and not spend a lot of time worrying about it, you know? Let's put a couple of benches down. Just in, you know, generally opportune places. Do we have any over here? Oh, yeah, we have a couple. Wow, they're really taking stock of this. We'll go put one right next to that. Up another one down here. You know, why not? On the side of these trees and bushes and stuff. Just put one right there. This house is done too. That's going to be actual immigration, so we might get over 600 anyway. Because this one is also going to be a new family, it looks like. And here comes our snow once again. We still have all those open vacancies despite building all these houses. How about that, huh? Well, this is just about done. New family settling in. Okay. It's a nice mix. We're at 597, so this one should get us over the hump. And done. There we go. So this is an interesting little area over here. Some oddly shaped lots. And of course we'll add some trees and maybe a couple buildings in here as well to get everything figured out. Yeah, pretty happy with what we're looking at right now. Lots of great progress in today's episode. Just have a couple of wells left. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. Just in case you haven't seen any of my other videos, I do live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing Ostriv and some other games as well. Looking to do a nice long Ostriv stream, hopefully in the next few days. I know I keep saying it, but it takes time to have that much of a time slot to be able to do a long stream like that. But we will get to it in due time. I appreciate each and every one of you who watch these videos and comment and just participate in our little community here. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. We're very, very close. So thank you to all of you who've subscribed. And if you haven't, please consider doing so. It would mean a lot to me to have you on the team and participating in all of the future fun we've got lined up here. But that's all the time we've got for today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.